on that note, we ended up we lost in the finals to Stansted, and it's
You said that's a French school or a Quebec school?
yeah, they're close to Montreal, I believe, Quebec. Yeah, a lot of French speaking, right? And they what's kind of interesting is like so when I growing up played in the AAA Loop Alliance, there wasn't a lot of that. Like there was prep schools, but we didn't really play them. They weren't around.
No, not in your era.
And now they're starting to get more integrated into AAA because some of them are pretty good. And so even outside of that, like the tournament that we were at St. Andrews, it was basically all prep schools. So it was like it was St. Andrews, Kings Heights, Stansted, Okanagan, Ontario Hockey Academy, like Everest. So it's prep, and it's not something I'm used to seeing. You know, you're used to Windsor Sun County, London, Sarnia, like that kind of thing. And it's the way the programs are run are just different. Like it's almost like the OHL versus college thing at a smaller scale in the youth, right? And so it's like the kids are walking through with uniforms on. Like they look like they go to freaking Hogwarts, man. Like they got the blazer, like some of them, not all of them, right? Like we don't wear those, but like some of those schools have that, and there's that premium. They have that premium feel to it, and a lot of them they charge a lot of money, man. Like there's a lot of people that go to these schools, like they pay a lot of money, and so it's like a very upscale. Like it has that professionalism feel to it. Like some of the teams travel with it's a youth hockey, and they travel with physiotherapist that has the bed and like the whole medical staff with them and trainers and all this stuff. And it's like, holy crap, man. Like some of these schools, like St. Andrew's, been around since 1900. The one school, I forget if it was Kings Heights or Stansted, was like 1872. Started as a school.
Was Jesus born then?
I think the Lord went there, right? So it's
Had to be, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. If it's 1800, yeah, that's
right?
his age. So.
That's right. So it's very different. It's a cool thing to see. It's like a different side or a different element of the
and this is interesting that you talk about this because I hate it.
I know, and I love it.
I know. It's so different, right?
I'm like college. I love that shit. I love the professionalism. I love the clean cut, like the simple uniforms. I love it. I think it's so cool. It's
but it's that's what makes the world go around, I guess. So they say. That's the part I don't like. Like for me, so this is my old I'm from downtown Sudbury. I'm not cultured in any way, right? So when I see the all that, it just I sit there and I go, I'm just saying my thoughts, my innate thoughts. I'm like, you're given the world already. Like, what else do you need in life, man? But I mean, some people, but now there's other people that grow up that way, and it's like, and they end up being very successful, and it's like maybe that's why.
I was trying to explain it to Dan. We were talking on the phone over the weekend, and I'm trying to explain the difference of what it is about college that's different than the OHL, for example. And then at the lower level would be the difference between like a prep school versus a AAA program. And it's hard to explain the difference, but there's just like I don't know. I don't have the right words to even say it. Like something, an element of maturity or professionalism. But it's like you look at OHL teams and they have that too. So I'm trying to. I don't know what words to use. I don't have the right vocabulary to explain the difference.
I was explaining this to my wife. I think maybe it was yesterday or the day before. It's like the difference is because we're talking about like if you go to college, like you're playing 30 games. Like I didn't sign up. I would have never signed up for hockey to play 30 games. That's why like I look at it and I go like, I don't know who's interested. And I know I sound like a jackass. I get that, but I want to play like
I think it's a valid point.
But I'm a hockey player.
Yeah.
I don't care about the school part, right? Like I want to be a hockey player, and I get it. But like if you look at it, it's Canadian versus American model. That's all the difference is. Like in the United States of America, you go to school. I don't think I'm schooling anybody here, but you go to school and you play for your school, like all the way up, like a high school sport. Hockey's just probably the only sport that's different. Any other thing you do in the States, in the United States of America, is you're playing for your school or your college. That's the way it is. Until hockey comes along, then it changes because a different sport, there's different avenues, right? So I get if you come from Minnesota or Massachusetts and Connecticut, and these things that you grow up playing for your school and playing for your high school team, being a star at your high school. Like to me, it makes no sense
Right.
in Canada.
We don't have that.
It's like
Yeah.
that's not a thing. If you're a star at your high school in hockey, it means you weren't very good at hockey, right? Because you're not playing junior, right? So, but in the United States of America, you are you're so proud to play for your school. That's what it is. It's the way to go. And then when hockey's over, you're jumping into your next sport. If it could be wrestling and stuff, and you're just probably equally as proud. So when you get that, um, the high school, the college, and all that stuff, it makes sense to them. It's like their culture. That's the way it was cultured. And I get it if you're a hockey player in the United States of America because like everyone else does it in their sport. So like looking at the junior hockey model is a total opposite of what any other sport in the United States does.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I agree.
Pretty much, right?
I still can't I can't figure out, maybe it's just the funding. Maybe that is the difference maker of like some of these prep
Oh, I
schools,
think so,
colleges,
yeah.
because it's not that different in turn, like operationally it's not that different. Like if I look at the Guelph Storm when they go on the road, like they all have their matching tracksuits and they have all their they got yeah, right? And which is was no different than college, but there's just something about there's a quality that I can't find the right word to describe why there's a difference to me when I look at it. And maybe it's a little bit of that because they have more money. There's just that little bit of a premium element to it or something. I don't know. But it's very interesting to see that. Like even BioSteel sponsored the Minnesota Hockey Championship on the week over the weekend. Dude, they're at XL Energy Center in Minnesota. Sold like I don't know if it was sold out, but like packed. The state championship. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Everybody's decked out. Sick uniforms, right? Everything's sponsored. Everything's got funding behind it. And there's a commissioner of the state high school league. So beyond we don't have anything like this.
But
you know?
that's one state that does it like that, and I don't think too many
No,
do. But
it is
I
the
was
extreme.
but I
But
know like there's some states like I think it's Massachusetts. Like you have your regular team, and then you have gets interrupted by
right.
your
Yeah, so it's not
school
quite
teams.
yeah, it's not quite as all encompassing as Minnesota high school, but even in Michigan, like we played the couple of the teams, I'm blanking on the names of them now, but they put together a group of high school kids that come and play in these tournaments until their actual season starts, and then they go do their season hockey or whatever, right? It's like so it's like a pre-high school season team, you know? It's like so it's so different, but
So different
it's
than here.
it's just interesting.
It's not
And
wrong, not right. It's
no, and I
just
would
different.
love like even in Minnesota, like I would love to get to know that how that works, like what that path is like. If I'm 10 years old playing hockey in Minnesota, what do I think of my path? Like what are my steps? Like if I want to play in the NHL one day, what am I thinking in my head? In Ontario, it's I'm going to play AAA for my local AAA team probably, and then I'm going to try to get drafted, and then I'm going to play my 2 to 4 years in the OHL and try to jump up to the NHL. What is that equivalent in Minnesota or whatever other big hockey state
Well,
there
it's
is?
and talking to the College Hockey Inc. guys, they made a comment to me like those decisions are not made like that over there in the states. It's
Yeah,
like,
they don't have to
because
worry
they
about
grow up with
yeah,
college is it's college NHL obviously, but if you can play college hockey, that's what the thing is. They don't think of junior hockey like we do here. So when they get to so they're not they know that if they're going to play college, the average person, not maybe average, but like typically if you're going to go to college, you're not getting there till 20. Like 18 would be early to play out of school.
you don't even think about it till you're
Right.
18.
So
is
you
what they're
go
saying.
play. So if you play if you're not in the greatest junior program, it's okay because they look at it. I still got 5 years, so they just keep trucking along, and it works.
Yeah,
Like it
it
works.
does. It's just different. It's
So
so interesting. You got little Hudson over here. He's as a 2013. He's in his head. It's like my OHL draft is midget minor year, right? My U16 year, and that's like where his head is at, right? Until that day comes, and then after, whether it works or it doesn't work, then he has to think of the next thing, right? At 15, you know. And like these guys, not even a thought till they're 18 of which way they're gonna go. It's like I'm gonna go play high school, and then I'm gonna try to get into a college, and then I'll just think of other things later. So it's cool to see. I would like to know more about that. It'd be cool to have somebody on from like Minnesota hockey to talk about those
Yeah, we
like
should
that.
one day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we should
Um,
one day. Actually, that's a good idea.
yeah, maybe I'll try to find. I think the coaches site guys were there too. I think Aaron was there
I'm sure we
over the
could
weekend,
find
so we could
someone.
find somebody that could give us the ins and outs of that, which is cool.
Yeah.
So